Okay, Dana Abercrombie, the Koalition, thank you both so much for speaking to me. What I love about this show is that it shows what you think the character is versus who he really is.
Dana.
So what I want to know is, how do you prepare for that and then knowing when to show that true side?
True thing. I would say, you know, it's tough because if you just lean on yourself, it's like you kind of feel like you may have a blindfold here and there. I like to always go back to the circumstances. You know, if we really pay attention, you know, to what the writer's given us and we honor the writer, you know, we don't have to guess too much. It's always nice to be able to intuitively feel where we think we should be going. But if we ever have a real question, you know, we can always go back to the text. And I feel like that's a good compass for us.
Yeah. No, that's no. I'll agree. I think I love playing these types of parts. I've just recently gotten into these where, you know, kind of, you know, how I typically will present myself for stuff. It kind of works. You know what I'm saying? Especially when there's a twist or there's, you know, this other part. And so I like it. I just lean into wherever we're at in the text. And if it's time to be this guy, I'm that guy. If it's time to be that other dude, I'm that other dude.
Oh, I know. Now, what I love also is the issue of trust. It's about whether or not we can trust the characters.
Yeah.
We know that the characters, there's some mistrust that's going on from previously. How do you make the person feel assured that they can trust you, both within the text and in that scene, in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, I think you had definitely, that was something your character was tasked with big time. Like, you had to be it that you were with Marley.
Yeah.
So I don't think I had as much of trying to get somebody to, you know.
Well, you're trying to convince the public that
True.
shooting.
True. So there was that moment as a police officer trying to defuse a situation. But there were definitely moments, having finally saw the film probably a month ago. Having finally seen it about a month ago, there were moments where, as an audience member, if I didn't know the script, there are certain characters I definitely would have believed. I definitely would have been like, yeah, you know, this individual's on the right side.
The same for you?
Yeah, I think trying to, you know, especially if you know, I mean, of course, we all know, you know, we get the script, we know how the story is going to end, you know, so without playing the ending, you know, staying in the moment of what it is, you know, to answer your question. I think it's just about, at least for me, I had found moments where I was really trying to appeal to what the other character was thinking or hoping to get after, you know, especially without giving it away, especially because I was after my own objective, you know, that you'll see towards the end. But, you know, up until that point, I think just, you know, we had chatted earlier about, you know, the devil sounds like God sometimes, you know what I mean? So I feel like trying to, you know, give the other actors the opposite of me, and most of it was with Marley, to try to tap into what it is that she was feeling so that I could, you know, seemingly empathize with her and kind of throw her off a little bit.
So I was wondering, with both of your characters, is there something that you add that's part of your personality, or maybe a certain wardrobe that is your signature that you feel that can carry throughout the entire beginning and the end? Or do you feel that you just have to give yourself entirely to that character?
You know, you may be able to talk about like specifics tangibly. Maybe it was a belt or something that you had that kind of puts you into that character. But like, you know, RonReaco, I mean, he's been in the game for a while, but like he had a specific energy that just put me right in the scene with him. You know what I'm saying? Especially in that third act when we were at the crib when you had pulled up and whatnot. We was around the table.
Oh man!
So it's like he got like a certain laugh. He got the energy that puts it. You know, it puts him right there, and then as an actor that's, you know, going against him or with him in the scene, like it ends up rubbing off on me, you know. So I feel like that was one of the blessings of, you know, having him as a scene partner, because he's really able to disappear right into it. And me being intuitive enough, I'm able to follow right along, and hopefully it's, you know, a little bit vice versa. So it definitely felt great.
Oh yeah,
sure.
It I think we had a scene, and when you work with Mr. Perry, again, he has a unique way of doing covers that I actually enjoy. And I think there was a moment where he doesn't really cut. He just kind of maneuvers his cameras and lighting, you know, within that moment. And so as an actor, I remember just having this idea that I was just going to keep his character engaged. And so truthfully, we never stopped the scene. He and I never talked about it. I just kept doing it, and a lot of it was improv, and it was very quiet. We wasn't making a big deal out of it. I just wanted to, when Mr. Perry was ready to rock and roll, we didn't have to get back into anything. And so to what he just said, to his credit, you know, when you work with actors that are in that moment, they're prepared. It's going to elevate you, you know what I mean? As soon as the cameras roll, it's like, you know, let's go. Like, he was with it, I'm with it, so we gonna be with it. You know what I'm saying?
It was fun.
It was good times, great times.
Well, thank you both so much for speaking to me.
Absolutely.
Superb jobs.
Thank you,
Thank
Dana.
Appreciate you. Glad
All
you
right
enjoyed it.
now.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Later.
Yes.